For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing, and it will be for the WBC Continental America's Light Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by DiBella Entertainment, along with their great sponsors, Nulio.com, Manfredi Auto Group, and Everlast. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Chairwoman is Malvina Lathan. Director of Boxing, Ralph Petrillo. Commissioner, Edwin Torres. Deputy Commissioner is Robert Orlando. Along with the World Boxing Council President is Jose Suleiman. Supervisor tonight is Joe Dwyer. Timekeeper is Clarence McMillan. Our 3 judges assigned, scoring on a 10-point must system, will be Ron McNair, Kevin Morgan, and Robert Perez. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, will be Earl Brown. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Roseland Ballroom here in New York City, this is our Broadway boxing main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, to my right, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he is the challenger. He comes to the ring wearing black trunks with white lettering and weighed in at 174 pounds. Coming to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, his record consists of 22 wins, 17 defeats, 2 draws, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome RAYCO Saunders. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing green trunks with black trim and weighed in at 174¼ pounds. Hailing from Long Beach, New York, he is undefeated with 15 wins, and 10 of his 15 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC Continental America's Light Heavyweight Champion, Irish Shawnee Monahan.
Sean, RAYCO, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
And the rules for this bout are the unified rules. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Boxer can't be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. And if there's an accidental foul that brings a stoppage before round 4, it would be a no decision. After that, we would go to the cards.
Shawnee Monahan, you see him there, undefeated. In his customary green trunks, RAYCO Saunders in the all black. 10 rounds here.
And if there's one thing to look for strategically here, Brian, I'd say that RAYCO Saunders has been stopped only once. There's a reason for that. Not that he has such a great chin, he's been down, but he's hard to hit clean. Keeps his gloves very high. Shawnee Monahan saw that in tapes and promised us yesterday he'd be banging the body quite a bit, which is, of course, what he does best anyway.
Loves to go to the body, Shawnee Monahan does. And he's a big-time puncher. Now, we've seen in the past couple of fights a lot more movement out of Shawnee Monahan.
Well, we have to remember, he's still a work in progress. He's learning fast, and one of the reasons he's learning so fast is he's so dedicated. Nobody works harder. He comes in great shape every fight, and with conditioning comes confidence.
5th fight for him so far this year, so he has been a very active guy. There's a body shot by Monahan.
Most important thing in this fight early for Monahan, he's got to find a way to negate that jab of Saunders, because Saunders will be happy to stay at a distance and jab all day if he's effective with it. Monahan has to either slip that punch and counter it, or jab himself and negate the jab with his own jab. Very important to do that, because again, Saunders is likely to be here for a long time.
So it's all about, are you going to get through that defense of Saunders? Looping right hook by Monahan, missed. Here he goes right to the body. There's a left hook by Saunders.
A lot of fighters don't like looking at tape. Shawnee Monahan looked at tape on RAYCO Saunders, and I think it's going to pay off, because he knows that if he punches too much to the head, he won't get enough for it. He's going to go to the body more, wear his man down, and score points at the same time.
Both guys trying to utilize that jab here in the first round. Here's a body shot by Monahan.
As B-Hop, right?
Exactly, as Bernard Hopkins said, they had a lot of sparring together there in the penitentiary. This is round 2 here. This championship fight for Shawnee Monahan. Monahan in those green trunks. RAYCO Saunders in the all black. We're here in the heart of Midtown Manhattan, the Roseland Ballroom. Now the key for Shawnee Monahan is to get Saunders to bring that guard down.
Saunders has been pretty sparing with his right hand. He's jabbed a lot, has not followed it with a right hand. And it was a very good first round for Monahan, because the first minute of the round, Saunders was getting off with his jab pretty steadily. Not so much in the second half of the round.
There's an uppercut and another right hand by Shawnee Monahan. Monahan picking up the pace now. Left to the body.
Seems like Monahan's determined not to let Saunders land the last punch in a flurry. He wants to punch first, he wants to punch last. So far, he's doing a good job of it.
You touch me once, I touch you twice.
And they've been closer this round than they were in the first round. Should give both guys more punching opportunities.
There's a right hand. Followed up with a right to the body and a left hook by Monahan.
It's imperative that if Saunders is going to give Monahan 3 punches, that Monahan take those 3 punches, because that's going to score points and he's going to win every round fighting that way.
These two exchanging jabs.
And we should point out the pink gloves, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, good body shots by Monahan. Shawnee Monahan has been busy here in the second round. If it hasn't been the body shots, he's gone with the uppercut.
First 2 rounds could not have been scripted better by Monahan himself. He's doing exactly what he wanted.
Ends it with a flurry here, final seconds of round 2. You're Joe Higgins telling Shawnee, stick that jab out. And a great point. I mean, Saunders' his defense is so high, so Shawnee's content. Okay, I'm going to go to the body, try to get those hands down. And if not, then every now and then you see him go with the uppercut as well, trying to get through.
If Shawnee's going to punch to the body from a distance, as he does with that right hand, it's imperative also that he get that right hand back, bring it back.
Yeah.
Don't set yourself up for a counter left hook.
He's hurt many people with those body shots, a kidney shot. They start to wear on you here later in the fight. Good combination by Monahan. Oh, and a right hand.
Brian, I think you would agree, Shawnee's already landed shots against Saunders that have taken other guys out on Broadway boxing.
Yeah.
Not this guy. Yesterday, I asked Monahan.
Good body combination. Body shots, goes up to the head.
I asked him if is it realistic to expect a KO. He said, you know what, I'd love a KO. Even though Saunders has one stoppage loss and 17 career losses.
Give it to Saunders, the punishment he's taken, he's still firing out that left jab.
Monahan a little short with that left right. For the most part, though, Saunders lets you punch in range. He's not a mover, he's not a runner.
He stands right there. Oh, there's a combination, but Monahan blocks it.
Well, if Saunders is going to win some rounds, he's going to have to take the initiative occasionally.
Here comes Shawnee Monahan.
That was an example of Monahan taking the initiative.
Here's the right hand.
Monahan listening to his corner. I can't say that about too many fighters. Usually they ignore what they hear.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
He's jabbing just like Joe Higgins asked him to do. He's jabbing more.
Oh, Monahan body shots there to end the round. This is round 4. Johnny Monahan, RAYCO Saunders going 10.
And speaking of 10, Brian, Shawnee Monahan's never been past 8 rounds. Saunders been 10 rounds or more 7 times. That's another example of why Saunders is the right opponent at the right time at this point in Shawnee Monahan's career.
You can see Monahan trying to peck away. And Saunders' guard just trying to get through it.
Saunders may want to think about letting that right hand go more.
There's a body shot by Monahan. Follows up another body shot left by Monahan.
And Monahan's doing a reasonably good job of punching to the body and getting his hands back in defensive position. You're very vulnerable when you punch to the body for obvious reasons. Your hands are punching down at your opponent, leaving your head and your chin unprotected. Watch when Monahan jabs. See if the left hand comes back quickly and high. If it doesn't, you get countered with a right hand.
Monahan starting some heat. Here's an uppercut. Follows it up with a good left-right hook. And I'm with you, Steve, with Saunders. I mean, he's throwing that jab out there, but bring something else with it. You know, bring the right hand. He just throws the jab and that's it.
Exactly right. Why can't he throw the same punch Shawnee throws, that right hand to the body? I mean, his man is coming at him. He's in range.
Short left hook by Saunders. You see there's a little cut of that left eye, Shawnee Monahan. Crowd urging Shawnee Monahan on. Here in the 4th round.
Now that's the kind of punch Saunders needs to throw. He countered Monahan's jab with a straight right.
Monahan comes back with a combination of his own in a good flurry. Halfway point of this fight. And at some point, RAYCO Saunders is going to have to get on the offensive.
And it would be a fair question to ask, why is RAYCO Saunders with a record of 22-17 in any kind of title fight? But you know what? Shawnee Monahan wants to be a world champ. These other titles, they're nothing but, you know, they're minor titles. They don't mean a lot, and they're stepping stones to something bigger. But if you can get rated in one of the alphabet organizations by winning one of their minor titles, it serves you well to do it. And that's what Shawnee Monahan's done. You know, in a sense, Brian, Shawnee Monahan reminds me a little bit of Tito Bracero in that.
Whoa, big right hand.
He's Tito with a punch because he's very consistent in his effort. Every round is similar. He's consistent.
Saunders with a right hand.
Saunders starting to let that right hand go a little bit more.
Comes back with a left hook.
Nice slip there. Monahan ducked under that right hand. Forearm there, left forearm by Monahan. See, some of these pity-pat punches that Shawnee's throwing, they're effective because the judges are seeing that one guy's punching and the other guy isn't. Who are you going to give the round to? You're going to give it to Monahan.
Saunders again with a little short left hook. Monahan misses with the right, comes back with a left hook. Saunders a right hand.
That's one of the better right hands he's landed. Shawnee Monahan never been down. Saunders been down, to my count, at least 5 times, but stopped only once. As Brian mentioned at the top, that was about 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. 2003. Last time he's been stopped.
Well, that's 5-0 in my book for Shawnee Monahan.
Oh, another flurry.
Let's go do this.
Joe Higgins telling Shawnee Monahan, let's go do this. RAYCO Saunders' corner says they feel good about this. Well, let's see. Round 6.
Brian, you can barely see it, but there's a small tattoo just above on the left side of the chest of Shawnee Monahan. It's a tribute to his friend Bobby Calabrese, who was his best friend, who was shot dead in 2004 in Long Beach, where Shawnee Monahan is. And before every fight, he points up, dedicates the fight to his friend Bobby Calabrese.
Saunders looks to be a lot more active here in round 6.
Well, that's what you want to see from him. What happens if he's the one punching first? If he's the one throwing more shots? Can Monahan negate that? Can he beat it with counterpunching? Let's see.
Right hand by Saunders.
Saunders pops that right hand with very little power on it. He throws it from the shoulder. There's no transfer of his weight from his left foot to his right foot when he throws it. He's not a big puncher. 9 KOs, 22 wins. But he is a stayer.
Monahan popping Saunders with his jab.
I'll tell you what, at this pace, Brian, Shawnee Monahan could fight 50 rounds, no problem. It's a nice, comfortable pace.
It's almost a relaxing round here for Monahan, maybe a round where he's taken off. Isn't throwing as many punches as he's done in the past 5 rounds.
And if Saunders could just turn it up a little bit, he can win this round. He's going to need a busy last minute. I don't know if that's in his profile to be busy.
Misses with his right hand, Saunders does. Monahan is straight right.
Well, that moment may have captured the whole fight right there. Monahan landing.
Monahan again, another right hand.
Another one. I take back what I said about Saunders winning
And
the round.
again. Oh, a bomb by Johnny Monahan. Give Saunders credit. I don't know how he's still standing. He took some big-time punches.
And that's who he fights for.
To his motivation and dedication to the sport. We're in round 7. Going 10. Johnny Monahan's undefeated so far in his young career. It's 2 years as a pro.
That's it, yeah, 2 years plus. You know, he didn't come in with the biggest reputation. He didn't have the big amateur career, only 15 amateur fights. We've seen him grow on Broadway boxing, and he's already a better fighter than a lot of people ever thought he'd be. How good can he become? That's what's interesting to see in the near future.
Saunders has just thrown 2 right hands. It's a nice little combination. Misses with that right. Straight right by Monahan.
Monahan's got to remember when he sticks that jab out, snap it. The faster you throw it, the faster it comes back. And that's the danger right there.
Yeah, overhand right by Saunders.
You don't want to let your opponent throw his right hand over your lazy jab. So don't make it a lazy jab. That's the thing about Saunders. Even though he's not a big puncher, he's always in range to punch. So it's, if you make mistakes, he can cash in. He doesn't cash in enough.
Combinations here by Johnny Monahan. Here's a left hook.
That was a nice combination. Hook to the body, hook to the head. ground is similar to the others in that Shawnee Monahan's doing enough to win the round. Not overwhelming his opponent, but certainly landing more effective punches.
Oh, straight right hand by Monahan. Saunders back with a left jab. Body shot by Shawnee Monahan. They sound like they're having a good time in this corner.
It's a vacation for these guys.
I guess so.
I mean, you know, Pittsburgh's nice, but New York's, you know. Well,
New York City.
Yeah, he said he'd fight once a week if he could, so I guess this is his idea of fun. I think he'd enjoy it a little more if he threw more punches.
Yes.
It's a little more competitive. But credit Shawnee Monahan for consistency. When a fighter's undefeated, Brian, you never know how good he is. And that confidence that comes with having never lost is a critical part of the mental makeup of a fighter like Shawnee Monahan. RAYCO Saunders with 17 losses obviously doesn't have that same type of mental makeup.
Another right hand by Monahan. There's a body shot there by Saunders.
I don't recall him throwing a left hook to the body like that the whole fight. And why not? Look how Shawnee Monahan's right arm is extended. It's up. It's almost parallel to the floor. There's room to land that left hook to the body. Because much like RAYCO Saunders, Monahan keeps his gloves pretty high up there.
You can hear the crowd. Monahan, another right hand. Slight buckle there by Saunders on that punch. Minute left here in the 8th round.
When Monahan throws that right, you see he's mixing it up. Punching straight and then punching around the left hand, the high guard of Saunders. That's smart. That's adjusting during the fight.
Now he's got Saunders on the ropes. Combination. Flurry there by Monahan. This is the spot where Monahan in the past have taken guys out. Saunders fighting his way off.
And the fact that Saunders is against the ropes for the first time in the fight tells me Shawnee Monahan is mentally breaking him down.
Ten seconds left in this round. Saunders comes off with a right hand. Just 2 more rounds left.
Before he was fighting in the ring, Shawnee Monahan used to score all his KOs in the bars of Long Beach. And I guess he made a pretty intelligent realization, which is if you're going to throw punches, why not put a little coin in your pocket?
Absolutely. Get paid for it. Double jab by Monahan, follows it up with a right to the body. Back Saunders back onto the ropes.
Exact same spot Saunders spent a lot of the previous round in.
Saunders goes to the body of Monahan.
Only problem is Monahan is pretty squared up there. He's not going to get a lot of maximum power in his shots. Left foot is barely in front of the right foot.
There's a right hook by Monahan.
Saunders is in Monahan's office now.
Yes, he is. He's just trying to get through those arms there. Monahan keeping Saunders right where he wants him. And Saunders seems content. Just lay on the ropes. Throw a few punches every now and then. Like that, there's a right hand by Saunders.
And there's something on those punches when Saunders throws. You think by now maybe he'd be worn down with the body punching, but no, look at that straight
there's the right hand. Shawnee says, let's go.
Monahan has to be careful now, keep his hands up and maybe move off the ropes a little bit. But he doesn't want to get caught in between. He doesn't want to be at a distance where Saunders can catch him. So keeping his face in Saunders' chest is a good idea.
Saunders has spent basically his entire round on the ropes.
And in one spot on the ropes.
Monahan here's that 10 seconds, and he always ends with a flurry. Final round of our main event. Irish Shawnee Monahan. RAYCO Saunders. Saunders, left hand, connects.
They're in the middle of the ring now, Brian. I'll tell you what. The safest place for Monahan would be if he pushes Saunders to the ropes and does what he did in round 8 and 9. That's the safest place for him. If his head is buried in Saunders' chest, and Saunders doesn't have much room to punch. Just like now, except he should push him to the ropes. Let's see if he's successful doing it.
Couple of minutes left here in this final round of the main event. RAYCO Saunders, you got to think, what is keeping this guy up? He's taking a lot of body shots, some shots to the head. But again, we talked about his 17 losses. He's only been down once and stopped once. And that was back in 2003. That was a long time ago.
And he was stopped on his feet. The referee called the fight. It wasn't like he got knocked out. Hey, boxing's a weird game. You got guys like this, and you mentioned it before. Not everybody. There's some guys just don't get knocked out.
Yeah. Monahan again pushing Saunders to that corner, but Saunders gets out.
Well, as Shawnee Monahan advances, another combination. Seems to me the kind of fighter who's going to give him trouble down the road as he moves up in class would be somebody with a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of movement, too. If you have the speed and you can push Shawnee Monahan back, we don't know how he's going to respond in that kind of fight.
Left hook by Monahan.
Shawnee sparred with a lot of very fast, sophisticated fighters. Danny Jacobs, Marcus Brown, the Olympian, and he's done well. This is a fighter who's 31 years old, and he's going to want to move up in class very soon and fight world-class top 20 opposition. He's heading in that direction. He hasn't slipped at all en route.
And you know what? Give him props, because he didn't get out of his game plan. Even though this guy, you hit him with some bombs, this guy stood right there. He didn't get frustrated, stayed with what he does best.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Robert Perez scores it 98-92, and both judges Kevin Morgan and Ron McNair are in agreement, scoring it the same, 99-91, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still WBC Continental America's light heavyweight champion, Irish Shawnee Monahan.